Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to SIRENNET Television. Over here at StarCar at the installation facility, checking out the brand new, it's right behind me here actually, General Motors Chevrolet 2500 HD heavy duty 4x4 pickup truck with a crew cab on the back. It's colored white. It's going to be used by a law enforcement agency here in the Pacific Northwest, and its primary role is going to be towing a boat. So it's part of the Marine Patrol for the agency in question. So we're going to start looking at the build. They're about to start work on the vehicle right now, so we'll see it go through the process, chat with the guys as they work through it, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Let's start right now. So tell us, Danny, a little bit about putting in the spotlight. So what happened here?
Well, you take this inside trim panel off here, and there's a piece that you screw onto the A-pillar behind the trim panel, and then you take a drill bit from the inside, half-inch drill bit, and drill it out, and that's your template, so you get it straight. And then you put in this rod, and then you slide the spotlight in, and silicone it up behind here so it doesn't leak.
So you just put this in right now, and then again, this is the vehicle didn't come with this, as we both know, but once this is in position, then what are you going to move on to?
I'm going to be putting in the light bar on the roof. I just have to set the feet to the right adjustments to fit on the roof.
This truck is also going to get this gas tank put in because of the Marine Patrol application.
Yeah, and there's a toolbox right there that's going to go in too. But I'll have to pull the headliner down and make sure there's no rough braces in the way.
Right. Before we mount the antennas. Okay. Taking out the seats?
Just gonna take off all the trim panels on the sides.
Okay. So we've now put the light bar already on the roof of the vehicle, correct?
Yep.
And right now you're just basically putting on the antennas?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we get those in there pretty quickly. Was it pretty straightforward to put the light bar on?
Yeah, I just measured out where I was going to run the cables through and drilled a 1-inch hole and put a grommet in there and ran them through.
Now is this vehicle going to get a console?
Yes,
It has a
I set it in there to kind of mock it up.
Okay. So this is just temporary put into position. Yeah. And this is a Troy console that you're putting in here. And then on the exterior mirrors, we're going to mount some intersectors underneath there, left and right sides. That'll be pretty interesting. What else is going inside the grill area? You putting anything in the grill?
Yeah, there's going to be some ghost lights going in the grill over here. Siren speaker up in there.
Yeah, it's already been mounted in there. Looks pretty good. Now, is this a bracket that you guys had to make, or?
Yeah, that lower bracket is one that we made.
And this is using the SNSP1 with the universal bracket, so you basically just made a lower bracket to mount it in. Looks nice. So we put some ghosts into this particular one, red and blue in the front grille, tied in with the SNSP1 siren speaker. And Devon's put the grille assembly back together. Looks very nice. Just mainly going to put on the backup lights.
Yeah, we got some 2 scene lights on either side, so when they go in reverse, it comes on, and also can be activated by a push button on the CENTCOM.
Oh, okay. What's with the push button? Why do you want to put that there?
Say you're like unloading the boat trailer at night, you don't want to put it in reverse just to get the lighting when you're behind the vehicle, so that allows you to get the lighting.
Okay, great.
I'm running the power wire for the spotlight. Yeah, I got the lights mounted up here on the dash.
Oh, okay. They're going to act for the intersection perspective?
Yeah.
Very nice. And that's the Whelan Ion Spitfire, actually. And this is a nice job what this particular customer wants, and we particularly like as well, is you can mount this light here, and it'll give you intersection protection to a degree. Obviously not as perfect as having it out on the external mirrors, but again, nice option from that aspect. So basically, Danny, what you've got here is the cabling that's running from the electrical battery area into the cab. So what do you got tied in with this?
Yeah, we got main power coming off the battery, and the wires for the siren speaker, and then the trigger wires for the lights up front are these ones. Okay.
It's pretty straightforward to put it on.
Yeah.
Then you run the cable through.
Yeah, the cable will run through and follow this one.
So basically you've done one, then what's the game plan on the next one? What are you going to do?
I'll pull the other mirror off and mount the other intersector, and then I'll hook them both up to a battery and set the flash pattern, and then I'll put them back in there.
Oh, I haven't even been on the side.
So Danny, you're going ahead now and just pulling in all the wiring?
Yeah. And connecting some of the lights under here and grounding them.
Okay. So we've gone ahead and got the console in, which happens to be a Troy unit, and that in turn is tied in with the Whelan CENTCOM plus a variety of different radios. We've also got the map light from Little Light mounted into position, along with the charger for the Streamlight unit. We can see that over there, and that piece of metal sticking up in the air will be for the Gamber Johnson mount to take the MDT when we get this into the vehicle. So Devin, you're putting together all the wiring?
Yeah, basically fusing all the lights and wiring up the CENTCOM.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm hooking up the power for the fuel pump in the back and main power for everything else.
Right. Okay. So you put the fuel pump system in. Now this vehicle is going to have that tank and pump combination. How many gallons does the tank hold?
85.
85 gallons. Okay. We've also got in this vehicle is an airbag cutoff switch. Now again, this is something that is somewhat unique to law enforcement and emergency service vehicles. The ability to turn off the passenger side airbag. The reasoning behind that is that when this vehicle is carrying a passenger, the bag would be on, but when they have the MDT unit mounted inside here, they want to make sure that there's no way that that can be impacted when the bag would go off. So they turn it off. Now, one of the interesting features in this particular vehicle, as you saw when we were putting it together, was this is the area where the electrical equipment is mounted. So I'm going to lift this up. And as you can see, it's all nice and neatly put into position now. But also, which the customer particularly wanted, was the ability to store a weapon at the back of the vehicle. And this is an area in question which the customer liked it to be placed. So we've gone ahead and put it into position.
Code 4. Cancel fire.
Now also we mounted a pair of LED scene lights on the rear bumper, which you can turn them on real quick. You'll see here in a second they'll come on, and this allows this particular unit, which is going to be used by the boat squad with this department, to line up the tow hitch when they're backing the vehicle up, so they can turn it on and off depending on their needs. Okay, well, we have a lot of fun doing this from time to time. As you can see, the rain has just come pouring down, so it goes to show the Pacific Northwest is very tropical and a really great place to live. But you just saw a great video of the gang here at StarCar putting together a brand new Chevy HK 2500 HD, the heavy duty version. It is for a boat squad, boat patrol, whatever boat you want to pull. This baby will definitely pull it. And again, a variety of different equipment has been used in it, from sound off, wheeling. You've had a chance to check all of the gear being put in, along with Troy. So again, check out the video. Hopefully you enjoy it. We definitely enjoyed making it. From Devin and Danny, from Ted, Doug, and everyone at StarCar, big hi. I'm Stuart. You're watching SIRENNET Television.